Hi, this is Michelle Pierce with my final project, my final response. And I think we're supposed to answer these 5 questions here on video, and so I'm going to do my best at doing that as concisely as possible. The first question was my initial purpose for enrolling in this program. I am currently a special education teacher in a self-contained classroom for students with autism spectrum disorders, and so it was really just to learn more. I have quite a bit of background in working in self-contained classes and have had some good professional development along the way, and just kind of trial by fire. Um, or, and I've really learned a lot, and I do have my master's degree and undergraduate degrees in special education, but I feel like all of those things have only ever been just kind of a cursory look at autism, and even with my professional development is trying to get people on a beginning level of knowledge of autism. So I just really wanted to expand that so that I'm better able to serve my students. Um, and the next part is talking about the observations, and I think while the observations were a little challenging for me because I do work full time in the school setting, as I'm certain a lot of us do, and then it's the holidays and just kind of the way that they fell for this cohort. I think it's been a really critical piece of the program. It took kind of that abstract information we had been reading and really gave it a name and a face. I was able to see just kind of with the students I chose to observe, kind of the overriding characteristics of autism and how those things can look in different individuals, but then also just see the unique strengths and the unique differences with each of the individuals that I observed. It also really allowed me to look at some of my own students in a really objective manner that I don't always do as well as you think, because you get too close in. So my personal goals again are just really expanding my own knowledge and skill set. I'm a firm believer in public education, and there's a real lacking in skilled special educators in the field of autism specifically, really across the board, but definitely in the field of autism. And part of that is because I could go into a private sector and, I could go ahead and get my BCBA. I could go into doing consulting or something like that and make far more money. And it would be easier, if I worked in an ABA clinic, I would be one-on-one or one-on-2 or 3 at a time. And instead I work, with 10 students with really significant needs in my classroom. But I love it and I believe in it. And summers don't hurt also. But I really do. So, I may pursue my BCBA from here. But it would not be to go do anything different. I really love what I do, and I really believe that all children have the right and should have access to the best intervention possible. So I definitely think I've met those goals. I've really broadened my own knowledge about autism. And more than that, because of the way that the courses were structured, it's not just a knowledge base, it's can you apply it? Our assignments, not just in the observation class, but across all of our coursework is can you demonstrate real understanding of these things in a measurable way, and so that's been really helpful, and I will I'll definitely continue to apply these things, and I think kind of going into number 5, I think one of the most important things that this reminded me is how crucial it is to continue to learn and grow. It's been, 8 years, I guess, since I got my master's degree. And so just, really getting back into the habit of study and research and those kind of things has just been really important. And that, as educators, it's most important for us to not ever become complacent or think that we've learned a skill set, because that not only is that always changing as our students change, but the research and evidence is changing. So I'm learning some new things about core language right now, working with our speech therapist, and how that works with students with autism spectrum disorders. And it's not yet, it's an evidence-based practice for students with language differences or language-based disabilities. So really just, kind of always learning and growing and pushing myself so that my students are also challenged and they become really functional and integral and accepted, and embraced parts of our community and society. So I've loved this program. The only thing that I would change that I can really think of off the top of my head is had I gotten to work with all of my wonderful classmates and professors in person. But what an awesome experience to be able to join into such a rigorous and high quality program from all over the world. And I'm really proud to. I'm wearing my new Jayhawks lanyard. I'm really proud to have completed it, and I'm looking forward to a great holiday and wish you all the very best. Thanks.